What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jackson. I don't know if this means sports videos are coming back or not, but I have to talk about this Powers here. And today is March 10th, 2026. And today, might hands down go down as one of the craziest days in sports history. And you may be thinking, yeah, free agency started for the NFL, the NBA is in full swing. My light just shut off. That's awesome. And um, the NBA is in full force. The World Baseball Classic is happening. You're thinking, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Of course, it's getting crazy. You may think about that, but it's not really because of any of that. I mean, kind of, but not really. So, the day about, I think it was like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, around there. Um, I saw a tweet from Rappaport and Adam Schefter that the Ravens were backing out of the Max Crosby trade, um, which is crazy because it was like, whoa, like the Ravens gave up two first-round picks and were letting a bunch of their free agents walk because they traded for Max Crosby. But apparently today, Max Crosby went into Baltimore to do his physical, and he failed his physical. So they backed out of the trade because Max Crosby just had knee surgery, like right before the Super Bowl, I think is what it was. And it's like, dude, that's crazy. It was like I said, the Ravens, they let, like, I think it was 9 total starters walked because they couldn't afford to pay anybody. And then the Raiders too, like they signed a bunch of free agents to get ready for like a rebuild, kind of to try and build the team up. Now that Max Crosby's back, they're not going to be able to probably afford him unless they restructure his contract. So now you really start to wonder what's going to happen with that situation. I mean, you know the Raiders, because like they signed a lot of people. And I think they're trying to give Fernando Mendoza the best chance to succeed because, let's be real, they're drafting Fernando Mendoza. And they want to give him a chance to succeed, obviously. And since they traded Max Crosby, they had a lot of money to do so. But now he's back on the team, and they're still going to have to pay his contract. And now it's like they're still going to probably look to trade him because they definitely can't afford to keep him now. But how are they going to go about that? Because his trade value has stopped. His trade value has dropped significantly because of this. It's like, yeah, now teams aren't going to want to give up a bunch of shit for him because he failed his physical at Baltimore. He's coming off of a knee surgery, and he may not be ready for week one. Especially, it's March right now. The season starts in September. He may be ready, but who knows if he's ready for training camp or not. It's like, it's just a big swing to take. And like I said, the Raiders are in a tough position now because they signed all these free agents, and now Max Crosby is back on their team. And for the Ravens especially, I think they got the worst end of this because they let so many of their starters walk because they didn't have the money to pay them because they were taking on Max Crosby's contract. And they were like, we still got Max Crosby, so it's okay. But now that's not happening, and it's like, what the fuck are we going to do? And they haven't extended Lamar Jackson yet. Like, they are in some shit, to say the least. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, man, that's crazy. That's probably going to be the craziest sports thing that happens today, right? That would be incorrect because about 30 minutes ago, I'm sitting here, I'm getting ready to go to bed because it's like almost 11. I got to work tomorrow at 5 in the morning. And I'm like getting ready to go to bed, and I see a Twitter notification that says Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat dropped 83 points, passing Kobe on the all-time list for a single game performance in points. So Wilt's number one with 100, obviously. Bam Adebayo is now number two with 83, and Kobe 81 is third, which is crazy because if you would have given me like 30 to 40 guesses on who would have been the person to pass Kobe on that list, Bam Adebayo would not have been who I picked. And now I see a lot of discourse talking about, like, yeah, he got 36 points at the line. He shot 43 free throws. But from what I've heard, towards the end of that game, like, the the Wizards were just fouling the shit out of Adebayo because they didn't want him to break the record, and he was just hitting his free throws. They were like triple teaming him and stuff like that. Because I actually didn't watch the game because it wasn't on national TV, but I heard about it. It's insane. Like, the NFL had the biggest trade of the offseason get overrode because the Ravens backed out of it, and it's not even really the biggest news of the day because Bam Adebayo dropped 83 points and has the second most points in an NBA game in a single game ever. Which, there was a point in time a lot of us never thought Kobe's record was going to get passed, and it just did. Now, I don't think Wilt's record is ever going to get passed, but it could happen. We never know, especially with how things are now and Adebayo dropping 83 in the modern NBA. It could happen one of these days. You never know, but it's just some crazy stuff, and like, I haven't made a sports video in a long time, but I've been debating whether or not I wanted to come back and do it because I was watching some of my old videos and I kind of missed it a little bit. And I'm just sitting here just like, when all this happened, I was like, okay, I got to make a video about this. I mean, it's a golden opportunity. I can't pass that up. So, yeah, I think it's not too crazy to say that March 10th, 2026, on just two events alone, may be one of the craziest days in sports history. I'm not saying it's the craziest, but it's definitely up there. So, it's just wild. Like, you would think with, like, when you say wild, you think it's like, yeah, it's, of course, like, free agency just started. It's like all types of shit. Like, I didn't expect any of this. Like, free agency is usually crazy every single year, but I didn't expect on the same day that one of the biggest news stories. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. One of the biggest news stories of the entire NFL offseason, on the same day that happened, Bam Adebayo drops 83 points in a single game. And it's like, wow, he's getting drug tested tomorrow for sure. But yeah, I need to go on ahead and wrap this video up because, like I said, I do have to work tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm going to post this at like tomorrow. I might just try and post it tonight because it feels like a video that needs to go out tonight. So I'm going to go on ahead and wrap this video up. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss a video. And follow everything in the description box. The dogs are barking, so I got to get out of here. See you guys next time. Bye.